is only war.
What is up, gents? 40K Dirtbags. We're doing an LVO recap guide. We're doing it solo today. We got my buddy Mike. We flew out to LVO this year. It was super fun time. If you guys came up to me and say hi, appreciate you guys. Wouldn't be doing this without you. Patreons, you're freaking awesome. But we had a great time. This was my second year going to LVO. Mike's third year going to LVO. First time Mike started 40K, 2 months later, he just flew out to LVO and just met a bunch of people by himself, had a blast, was like, this game is amazing, and just kind of jumped right into it. Became, really good player, competitive. So this is just gonna be a recap video, just super fun, chill, laid back, having some beers with you guys. So definitely leave in the comments below what you liked about it, if you were there, if you're thinking about going, if you want to get in the competitive scene, if you have any questions. That's what this video is for, just more of a fun, laid back, chill, what I thought about LVO. I actually had some shit go down at LVO, so that should be some fun to talk about it. I wish I had some more beers, but I got all the armies that I played, what I learned, what I could have done better at. This was pre-nerf. If you guys know the list that we did, we ran the triple accursed cultists, Abaddon, Seekers, Sile, Cultists, Bikes, Nurglings, Forge Fiends. Like, basically my list that went like super good for a long time until it got nerfed recently, which we'll go over at the end, what we're changing to it. But let's go over LVO first off. So it's one of the biggest tournaments in the United States of the year, and it ends that season's ITC rankings. So ITC is the tournament rankings that they use all over the world. Anytime you go to BCP and do a tournament, and if you're a part of the circuit, which most RTTs and GTs are, they upload the points to ITC. We're going to go over what we ranked at the end. Most people already know where we ranked and how we placed, but you get points every single year, and at the end, LVO is the last GT to place points and get points before they release who placed what at the end of the year. Last year, we got Grey Knights #1 in the world, which was super exciting. It kind of put us on the map for YouTube, which was great. It's kind of why we did it. This year, we were really trying to get #1 Chaos Space Marine player in the world, but when Chaos took that huge right-hand turn, it just became super good. A lot of people started playing it. So we got ranked second, but we'll talk about it. All right, so LVO. Terrain was a little bit different. They added some clear plexiglass places on some of the terrain features, but this is an example of how the terrain is. It's all player placed. So any FLG events, usually they go to player placed terrain just so it's easier for everybody to set up their own terrain. You get equal amount of terrain pieces. So like you might get 4 ruins and a forest, which forests don't really do anything now. They're kind of just, you get cover if you shoot through it, but yeah, everybody gets cover. So it's not really huge. I think they should go just all ruins or something like that. More crates. Sometimes there's crates on some terrain, but this is basically what the terrain looks like. It's a lot. It's basically WYSIWYG. It's whatever you could see is what you could see. There's really no first floor line of sight blocking unless they're big buildings. Each table has one big building that gets first floor line of sight blocking, which this one is this and that. Same thing over there, this and something over there, that. Those are all first floor line of sight blocking. Same thing here. This big ass building right here is first floor line of sight blocking. Same thing with over here, first floor line of sight blocking. So even though you can see through it, first floor line of sight blocking for the big ones. These are ruins, so you can move through them if you're infantry or beasts. So, but they also have the plexiglass. So you use the plexiglass as ruins. You can just move through it as well. So never got to play on this table, but this was actually one of the tables at the event. Me and Mike got there early. I would highly recommend, guys, get the additional upgraded ticket. This year we bought the $100 ticket just to kind of go in. The year before we did the Vanguard thing. We didn't really need it. It's really for like new players, which could go there. But if you just watch our Dirtbags enough, you kind of like learn already before going to Vanguard Tactics. Vanguard Tactics do a great job. They're awesome dudes. Steven's a great guy. I met him last year. We did the whole Vanguard Tactics thing. We went out to dinner with him. Super cool guy. But we did that, and now it was $180 or something extra to do it again this year. So we're like, you know what, let's just wait in line, which is about a mile long. So you're probably going to wait 2 hours in line if you go at 4 o'clock. So my suggestion, buy the upgraded VIP ticket, you get to skip the line. So basically you just go right in, you can play, you know, practice, get games in, do whatever you got to do, and kind of meet a whole bunch of people right at 4 o'clock, because it's 4 to 8, and then 8 they do announcements for Games Workshop, which they shut down the whole hall. We didn't know that, so we had to get kicked out. So basically we already set up this thing. We were basically just going to run through the first 2 turns, like back and forth, set up terrain, run through a turn, set up terrain, run through a turn. But we didn't have time. We got in there like 3 hours later because we had to wait in line, and it was bad. So they kicked us out. So we couldn't get any practice games in the first pre-day, right? Shout out to Baron of Dice. I met this guy last year at LVO. And I messaged him prior, and I had like a long conversation, like, hey, we run 40K Dirtbags. We were chatting. I think we had like 3,000 subs last year, and now we're more than double that. So, fuck. Super cool guy, dude. His whole booth last year was a 4x4 table, right? This year it was a 20x20 huge thing of all the dice. Dude, this guy blew up. So shout out to Baron and Dice. Sponsor us, please, because that would be fucking awesome. But yeah, so I took a picture of this guy. Huge shout out, Baron Dice. If you guys know him, message him. Say Dirtbag says hi. I went up, shook his hand. He remembered me, so it was cool. Yeah, we definitely need sponsors for Baron Dice. So first game, we actually got to play Nids. So our first game was against Tyranids. This was one of the craziest lists I've seen. It was basically, you guys know more about me, but it was 2 units of these Gene Stealers that have Scout 8, I believe. 3 fucking 6-man units of these Lictor dudes that have Infiltrate, and they're speed 10. I think the whole army can advance a charge. He's got 3 of the Neurothropes guys, the Scout or the Infiltrate, 2 units of Warriors, one of the big character. It was just super aggressive. So anytime you see super aggressive lists like this, you just have to be defensive. So for us, this is our setup. Just to give you an example, we had the cultists literally lined up in a straight line, so that way, and I had my guys a little bit farther back, just so if he does get base to base with here, he's still not within 1 inch of my guys. So basically we line up everybody here straight across 2 units, so basically 20 dudes. We block out Nurglings here, and here. So since we're fighting for infiltrators, I put my Nurglings down here first, so he can't start with a 9 or scout move with a 9. And then I put my second one back here, so that way if he does charge in, he's -1 to hit with the Nurglings. The third one over here, blocking, because he'd have to run around these crates or over these crates. So I put the third one right here. So basically super defensive, and guess what? He did get turn 1. So good thing we were defensive, because he would have just basically moved all these guys back into his deployment zone. So it would have been a lot longer of our game. This time it was basically over in turn 2. But we put everybody on the table. And then we just waited. We basically just weathered the storm. We won that game 98 to 57. No, that was a Gene Stealer game. The first game we won 100 to 41. So first game out of the way, I was super scared. Like first game, if you just lose at LVO, it's like shit. There goes my running for the top 16. But yeah, it was a cool guy, super chill. After turn 2, basically he charged in, I countercharged, and it just killed a ton of dudes. So yeah, that was a cool game. Second game, guys, was Gene Stealer Cult. First time I played Gene Stealer Cult was in the very beginning of 10th edition. Second time was now. So second game, this was one of his team member actually just joined competitive Dirtbag. So cheers. But he ran Gene Stealer Cult, super all over the place. Tactic in Gene Stealer Cult. They can come back, right? I think they got nerfed a little bit with the update, but they can come back if you kill the squad, right? So Mike told me, he faced these guys a ton of times, but Mike told me that don't kill the full unit. Leave 1 or 2 guys left and they can't come back. I was like, ah, that fucking makes sense. So every time we were shooting and killing units, I basically would pile in and tag like 1 or 2 guys with a little accursed cultist guy, so that way I don't kill him. I just kind of tag him up, so then that way he can't fall back and shoot or do actions, anything like that. So I kept 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of his units under 3 guys, and if they come back, they get all the grenades and everything back again. So I just kept them on the table and less than 2 or 3 guys each. So he didn't actually bring a full unit back the entire game. The guys that had the 4 Feeling of Pain, super hammers, like they were fucking tough to deal with. They were super annoying. I think I shot a Forge Fiend at him and did like nothing, which was nuts. So that was bad. I don't know what else they got hit with. I think it was like 1 less dice for the nerf. But second game against Gene Silicult, he was from Cali, and it's funny because I was like, dude, how many times do you get told that you literally sound like you're from Cali? And he's like, dude, all the time. I was like, that makes me feel better, because he literally sounded like a Cali guy. Super chill dude, like one of the chillest dudes I played all weekend. But yeah, so we won the second game, Gene Silicult, 100-57. Game 3, guys, this is the one that got fucked up. All right, I'm not going to say the name. You might know the name. I might have posted it somewhere online. But this was the one that I fucked up my contention for 2023 fucking LVO. All right, so this was the terrain. I know I fucked up. Again, I messed up my play. Let me see what pictures I have. Shit, I don't have like any picture. All right, so I'll tell you what happened. This is our setup. It's Sights of Power, maybe? No, it's not Sights of Power. It's just hold 1, hold 2. And I forget the mission. I don't think we have it anywhere. But look at that. We have a clock set up. I was like, oh, we should play clock. And we're like, nah, we're gonna finish it. Like he seems like a good guy, quick player. I'm like, all right, I'm a chill guy, quick player. But anytime you don't play on the clock, you kind of take your time a lot. And throughout LVO, they're announcing like, all right, players, you have 2 hours left in the round. You have 1 hour left in the round. You have 30 minutes left in the round. You have 5 minutes left in the round. You know, whatever it may be. They keep announcing it so you guys can keep pace. But again, it's a game. It's day 1, game 3 of a 3-game. It's fucking something in my head. There's 3-game day. Okay, so that means you should have time to finish your fucking game, because the hall's open till like 10. It's only 6, so it might be 5. So literally, you have plenty of time to just keep playing. So let's get into it. This is our setup. He has 2 Night Spinners. He's got the Demon Chick, the one Melted Dude that gets CP, the Wraith Guard. These guys got hit so hard. I fucking love it. Wraith Guard, the character that turns a die. This guy that turns a die into a 6. 2 other characters with Warlocks, another Night Spinner. So these guys are the hard-hitting ones. 1 Night Spinner, a couple of Rangers with the character, and 2 units of the 5 guys that jump out and shoot. So I put my Seekers up here. Everybody else is lined in the back here. Bikes in the back. Forge Fiend back here. Abby right here. These guys messingly set up. Like I wasn't really paying attention. Should not be set up like this. Like they should be fucking somewhere over here so I don't get fucking shot. And all these guys are Nurgle. The green guys are Nurgle. Red guys are undivided. And we put the other guys in reserves. Nurgling's up here. Nurgling's right here. All right. So he gets first. Yeah, so he goes first. He basically scoots up these guys, charge my Nurglings, gets around the thing, and then with Phantasm, he can hop back over, which Phantasm did get nerfed, so fuck Phantasm. Basically moved up, charge, killed the Nurglings, hop back with Phantasm behind the wall, so basically all 10 guys are behind this wall. He puts one of these guys out here to get line of sight onto Abaddon, so that way he's able to shoot Abaddon. I have to 1 CP Nurgle it, so we can't shoot him, so then he shoots these guys and just do some random damage. He shoots these guys with a Night Spinner so they can't advance to charge, and they're -2 to fucking speed, which is bullshit. Nurglings, I think, die. I think these guys hop out and shoot the Nurglings and then hop back. Plus you had the Melta guy and the Demon Chick. Demon Chick waited for a while. These guys just stayed there. So my turn, I scooch up my Seekers over to here. We charge the Rangers and the tank that was over here with the Seekers. Everything else kind of runs up to here. These guys just move up 4 inches to here. Eventually, he basically phantasms these guys behind the wall. I rapid ingress after he's done moving. I rapid ingress my squad up here, yellow squad. So they rapid ingress up here, and then I walk on turn 2 my Forge Fiend here to get line of sight onto his tank as well as his 10 dudes. I'm like, all right, Forge Fiend can do a shit ton of damage to his guys. He fucking overwatches. I'm like, god damn it. Not even thinking about it. So he fucking, like, I'm so out of it. Like, at this point, there's a lot of shit that I fucked up. I shouldn't have placed this terrain like that. That was terrible terrain placement. I lost, I think, my Forge Fiend. My first Forge Fiend I lost like pretty early. I lost my Seekers. I lost a unit of green guys. And I was just playing dumb, right? So I bring on my Forge Fiend. He fucking overwatches, kills my second Forge Fiend. So I lose 2 Forge Fiends and 1 unit of a Cursed Cultist. So I have my yellow Cursed Cultist up here. They advance and then charge the these guys and the tank. Abaddon eventually gets a charge off on the characters down here. So the Legionnaires scooch up, charge the characters. Abaddon charges in, piles into the Wraith Guard and kill, I think, 6 of them. So he has 3 left with the character. And then the tank dies as well. So the tank dies. 6 of the Wraith Guard die. All he's left is a character and 2 Wraith Guard. He then brings 1 back. He's got his character that died and came back over here. The Demon Chick was hopping all over the place, like just dead. He killed my Forge Fiend, hopped in the place of the Forge Fiend. It was fucking brutal. So her not being able to do that every fucking time is awesome. So at the end of this phase, so far, he has 2 of these tanks left. He's got 1 of the jump guys who is on my objective. He's got the Demon Chick. He's got this character. And he's got the jetpack guy. So all he has left is the jetpack, this character, 1 tank, the Demon Chick, and 1 guy left. And I think the character that was on this objective over here. It's all he's got left. This is where it came into turn 4. So at the end of turn 4, he obviously was up in points. He had the app. I don't keep track with the app. I had like assassinate and bring it down or something. I should have just played it better because I'm thinking we're going to turn 5. So there's 5 minutes left in the round. We're playing. I'm like, all right, we're gonna finish this game, right? He's like, well, they said 5 minutes, so dice down after 5 minutes. I'm like, but we're last game. It's day 1. He's like, yeah, well, dice down. Like, we have no more time left. I'm like, wait, what? I should have called a judge over. I should have been like, hey, judge, can you just come over and listen to what's going on? We're both great players. We're both top people. We're really trying to compete for fucking LVO. We didn't put a clock down because we both, like, we're going to play 5 rounds because we're the last fucking game. And I should have just made the judge call. If he says, nope, dice down, whatever, all right, it's fine. But also that makes me kick myself because we didn't put a fucking clock down. I play a lot slower without the clock because you're just talking bullshit and having fun. But if I would have put a clock down, we would have at least 100% got 5 rounds in. So after round 4, I had Abaddon left. I had, I think, 1 or 2 Legionnaires. I had a Cursed Cultist, like almost a full squad left. I had my red squad that was just chilling on this fucking objective most of the game until the Night Spinner died and then I could move. I had 3 cultists up here and bikes. So I had bikes, red, almost full unit here, yellow unit, Abaddon, 2 Legionnaires, and I think that was it. All he had left was 1 guy here, the Demon Yanari chick, 1 of the tanks, and this character over there. So at the end of the game, I would have got hold 1, hold 2, 10, and then at the end of the game, I probably would have got 15. So it would have been 25 points at the end, which would have been a huge swing. And then whatever my secondary points were, even if I got like a 5 on secondary points, I probably would have won. So that's where I was kicking myself. I just basically the whole night, I was like, Mike, stop. I get it. I fucked up. It was super bad. This player also got in contention with 2 or 3 other players at LVO. Online presence, didn't like it, bad, whatever it may be. I was like, fuck, why do I always have to play these players? The last fucking Nova was the same shit. This LVO, which I was super confident with this list, guys. I think, like, all right, I probably could have went 6-0 and potentially placed top 16 going into Shadow Round and trying to win the tournament, because Matt Laura, who I lost to the GT prior, I would have beat him if I played what he suggested, which was fixed everybody on the objective, and he can't kill enough of Chris Cultist off the objective. So I was confident going into Matt Laura, who is the guy that fucking won LVO. So great. But yeah, this game was really salty. Just super uncalled for calls. Had to call the judge over. I gave him a call which I shouldn't have. It was bad. So that was my first loss. Day 1, went 2-1. Let's skip this. I don't want to fucking talk about this anymore. So, Space Puppies, it was top of day 2. We played Space Wolves, and he ran the Thundercav, Land Raider, 2 tanks in the back, and we played the long deployment with, this was the one where you have a character on objective, to get points. So I love this mission because we have so many characters that just super tanky, don't really die. So I went first, and going at Space Wolves, orcs, world eaters, anything that you get to go first with and block out their fucking deployment zone, that's what we do really well, especially with Seekers. So I went first, blocked out all of his puppies from moving up, his tanks, all that stuff, Nurglings, everything, just blocked everything. And I ran both of my Curse Cultists onto the 2 units in the center, and I had 1 in the back. So basically by turn 2, I was getting 9, 9, 15, and then by turn 5, I didn't really have a lot left, but 6. So I had 39 for primary. He had 30 for primary because I was able to block him out pretty good for the first 2 turns. And then he got 15 at the end because he had more guys than me. Turn 1s, he got 5, 0, 4. I got 5, 7, 10, 9, 9. So I crushed it on secondaries, and he got 24 on secondary. So I basically beat him with the secondary points. So he finished up with 64. I had 89. But it was just super chill game. Like, Thundercav are amazing. They charge in with 2 damage on the charge. Like, dude, they're so fucking cool. And they can fall back and charge. Like, they have a lot of tricks on them, and they're super quick. So Space Puppies, I think, are really good. If you guys are interested in getting some Space Wolves, I think the Thundercav are super, super good in 10th edition. And just followed up with tanks, toughness 12, and a lot of shooting. That's basically what he did. His 2 tanks lined up into my Forge Fiends. I didn't have enough CP, so basically 1 tank killed a Forge Fiend, the other tank killed the other Forge Fiend. I think it's 130 points or something, 150, and it killed 180. Now they're 200 points, but rerolls hits, wounds, and damage against vehicles. Like, what? So yeah, both my Forge Fiends died in 1 turn, so that was cool. But then Abaddon killed like so many puppies. He had Fenris, the character of Space Wolves, whatever that big ass mount character is. He had that guy, which was really cool, leading puppies. And then Abaddon charged in, precisioned out him, and then everybody else was out of combat, so they couldn't pile in. But then on his charge, he charged me. I fought on death, didn't die, killed the puppies that charged in, and then next turn he charged me, or I charged in, killed some puppies, and then he died. So Abaddon killed a ton of puppies that turn. Game 2, which was probably the closest game I had, this was against a Chaos Space Marine player. Chaos versus Chaos. Super cool dude. We played, he had the Legionnaire, or he had the Chosen. I didn't have the Chosen, I had the Curse Cultist, but he had 1 unit Curse. I'll tell you what happened turn 1. He had 1 unit Curse Cultist right here. He had 10 Chosen with Master Possession, which is super fast in a Rhino. Some guys in the back here, 2 Forge Fiends, Havocs, 6-man Accursed Cultists right here, and another Rhino with 10 Chosen and 2 Lords. So 2 Lords, 10 Chosen, 10 Chosen up here with a dude, and I think he had 5 Chosen walking and a Lord. So 5 Chosen walking and a Lord, 10 Chosen and a Rhino, 10 Chosen and a Rhino. So 25 Chosen. Now you probably don't have enough points for that. But turn 1, he gets I get first turn? I get first turn. So this is the 9-inch deployment. So basically we start 9 inches away from the center. So I'm basically right on the line, right? Red units right on the line, green units right on the line. I advance with both. So both units just fucking advance like 5 and 6, and then I make like a 10 or 11-inch charge. I only need like a 9 to the Rhino, which I was gonna charge the Rhino, pile in, and attack the Accursed Cultists. And then these guys move up, charge, and pile in. So at the end of turn 1, I was able to kill all of his Accursed Cultists with my Accursed Cultists, and I shot a Nurgle Forge Fiend into them. So Nurgle Forge Fiend shooting into the Accursed Cultists, did a bunch of damage, and then I charged and finished off with all the other Accursed Cultists into his Accursed Cultists. So we actually killed a full 20-man Accursed Cultist blob with the Dark Commune, and then everything else moved up and charged the Rhino, and we surrounded the Rhino so that way his guys couldn't get out. If the Rhino's alive, you can't Desperate Breakout. If you do, on a 1 or 2, the Rhino dies. And the guys can't get out unless the Rhino explode, and then you Desperate Breakout. So the guys physically can't get out of the Rhino unless the Rhino died. So the Rhino's still alive, so the guys can't get out. So that's basically what I did turn 1. Seekers scouted 9 and then moved up and charged this Rhino. So basically he has Seekers in front of this Rhino. We killed the full Accursed Cultists, and we tied up this 10-man. So all he has is 10 man in here, which he can basically get out. He's got 10 men in here, and he's got 5 men back here. So what he does, which is kind of crazy, he backs up the Forge Fiend, spends 1 CP so he can... Oh, I tagged them as well. Spends 1 CP so he can fall back, shoot, and charge. Falls back the Forge Fiend. These guys walk out. These guys get out, and he charges his 10 Chosen into my red unit. The other 5 Chosen charge into the green unit. The Forge Fiend shoots the green unit. These guys kill the Nurglings, and these guys kill all of my red guys. So with the 10-man Chosen and the Master Possession, they kill all of the red guys. I countercharge 2 CP with Abaddon into his Chosen, so we actually make that charge. So Abaddon gets into the Chosen. It only has like 2 or 3 guys in combat with him, so he can't put all of them in Abaddon's squad. So they all just go into the Accursed Cultist. And then he kills a shit ton of these guys to shooting with the Forge Fiend, and then he charges with his 5-man Chosen with the Lord and kills the rest of them. So on turn bottom 1, I lose 2 Accursed Cultist bricks with a 4 fucking invuln save. Just so many attacks. He loses 10 Chosen. I think the Master Possession lived, but something like 10 Chosen because of Abaddon. So Abaddon charges in, explode 5s. He's on the objective, so full rerolls to wound. We kill all 10 Chosen, and then the Master Possession is alive, I think. But it's a bloody ass battle, guys. It's turn 1, and already 3 Accursed Cultist units are dead. 2 of mine, 1 of his. 10 Chosen are dead, and my Nurglings are dead. So all that shit is dead turn 1. Turn 2, I bring on my second Forge Fiend up here. Abaddon scoots up, kills the 5 Chosen with the Lord over here. This Forge Fiend scoots up and blows up. What does he kill? I think he shoots something random. I don't think he really did that much. Oh, he probably shot the Forge Fiend, didn't do enough damage to it. The other Forge Fiend scooted up and blew up. What did he blow up? I don't remember what my Forge Fiend... I don't remember. So by the end of his turn, his 1/9 wound Forge Fiend killed itself. He failed Dark Pact, rolled 3, and then he rolled 2 ones for Hazardous. So he kills my Forge Fiend, but then he blows up himself. So that was a huge swing both ways. He lost a Forge Fiend, I lost a Forge Fiend, but he blew himself up. So that was crazy. By the end of turn 2, his 10-man that was in this Rhino gets out, charges Abaddon. Abaddon fights on death, kills 8 of them fighting on death. So this game, Abaddon kills a 10-man Master Possession. I think he did kill a Master Possession. 10-man Master Possession, 5-man Lord, 8 Lord. Oh, no, the Lord was still alive. He killed 8. So 8, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23 chosen, Master Possession, and a Lord. Abaddon killed himself. Holy shit. That was amazing. And then my Accursed Cultist Rapid Ingress up here. So I had a full Accursed Cultist that basically just moved up, charged the Rhino, killed the Rhino, moved. So at the end of the game, I had an Accursed Cultist. Abaddon died because he fought on death. 1 Undivided Forge Fiend, the bikes, and maybe just these guys kind of chilling back here on my home field objective. And that was really it. He had these guys back here that were still on his home field objective, which was just the cultists, and maybe the Nurgle Accursed Cultist that kind of came out from over here. So that's all he had left. It was fucking brutal. I thought I was gonna lose. He thought he was gonna lose. It was just back and forth from turn 1. We finish up 89-47. So again, by turn, we had a lot more points because we were kind of kept them in his deployment zone the whole time. So we were getting a lot on primary, and the secondary was really just fighting over the top objective, the bottom, and the center objective. So we were playing Alpha Omega. So this one went away, that one went away, and then we were fighting over the center. So at the end of the game, I had 15 because I got the center. So that was crazy, dude. That was insane. Last game was again Bouten, really cool guy. That this guy. So he's like on a whole bunch of Worlds teams. Really cool guy. This game was super fun on my part, but this is insane. So he had 6 of these trucks that could scout move. He had the big tank, 2 units of bikes, a bunch of berserkers and regular gun guys, and then a unit of the 10 Terminators with the character. So did he have 1 5-man, 1 10-man? Yeah, he had 1 5-man with a character and 1 10-man with a character. So we had turn 1 again. We infiltrate our Nurglings here, and there. And then we scout move up our Seekers to here. All right, so just imagine what is going to happen. He started everybody on the line, and then he moves back 6 inches. Moves back 6 inches, bikes move back, that moves back. So everybody's basically back. We go first, so we move our Nurglings up 5. These guys move up 5. Seekers move up 14, so they go all the way up. Nurglings move up 5, so everybody's moving up 5. Then we advance everything. So green guys advance up. The cultists advance up. Abaddon advances up. Everybody basically goes behind this building right here. So we basically put all of the guys, all Accursed Cultists right there, because I'm basically tying him down in his deployment zone. All the Accursed Cultists right there. The yellow squad, red squad, and green squad all on the table this game. Yellow squad stayed back behind this one. The other 2 are up here. Forge Fiend back here, scooted over, shot this truck. Bikes stayed back here. And that was it. So my turn 1, I killed, I believe, this truck. And then we tied up bikes, truck, and these things. We tied up everything turn 1. Turn 2, we basically advance and charge. The green guys advance and charge the red guys. Everything is just killing shit, surrounded. By end of turn 2, he has this big guy. He's got 1 of these little trucks. He's got two or three of these trucks over here. The bikes are still alive, and these bikes are still alive. And then he deep strikes the 10-man brick right here and just neuters the red squad. So just completely obliterates the entire red squad with one round of shooting. The 5-man comes down and shoot the green squad, but don't really kill a ton. And then the Forge Fiend walks in somewhere back here to get line of sight to these guys. Abaddon walks up and kills a whole... Abaddon fights on death, actually. So he rapid ingress his 10-man. Abaddon moves up, shoots a unit, kills a unit, and then charges Abaddon. Abaddon fights on death and then kills all 9 Terminators and leaves his character. So by the end of turn 3, he has a 5-man on this objective up here, a character left right here. I still have 2 full Accursed Cultists in his deployment zone. Nurglings. Seekers, I think, eventually are dead somewhere up here. We have 2 Forge Fiends left, and bikes, and maybe some cultists. So we had so much shit left after turn 3. We basically added it up and just called it after turn 3 because we added up like, all right, if you get max on these 2 next turns, there won't be enough. If I get minimal on these 2 turns and get primary, I'll win with that. So we finished up the game 100-57. So it was just crazy getting turn 1 against Bouten, just being able to push everything in his deployment zone. So crazy. It was insane. I only played Bouten I think once, but I knew that he has the scout move. If I block out his scout move and just kind of keep him there, I could hopefully stop him. He doesn't have enough shooting with the tanks to kill an Accursed Cultist. It's mainly the Terminators coming in and just killing an entire Accursed Cultist unit. So now that they are more in points, but since they're more in points and you're not going to see Accursed Cultists anymore, you really have to be more fearful of them coming down and killing like your easier to kill infantry, 3-up save infantry, shit like that. So they're definitely going to be a little bit harder to deal with now, especially without all the Accursed Cultists, but we do have a lot more firepower with rerolls of Abaddon and Vindicators and shit like that. So yeah, I can't wait to try the new chaos. All right, so that was our last game 6, and then we have an RTT the next day. So me and Mike went out, we got some sushi, we got a ton of sushi. This was spicy edamame. Never had it before. Super, super good. We got like 4 or 5 different plates of just fucking sushi. We drank a ton of beer. So these were, I think, $2.50 each, like 5 or 6%. And we brought our own, obviously, Vegas mugs with 2 beers in them each. So yeah, definitely fun. All right, so then we had our RTT. So RTT on day 3, you spend $25. You just get to play random RTT. 8 people per bracket. There's like 50 people that come. So everybody plays their own brackets, and then you kind of do your own bracket, and the winner gets $100 stored credit from FLG, which is pretty cool. So game 1 of the RTT, I actually played. Who was game 1? Game 1 against. Now I remember. Game 1 was against another Chaos Space Marine player, newer player. He ran everybody on the table. So we had Obliterators, 1 unit of 4 Obliterators, 3 Forge Fiends, Warpsmith. Don't think he had Abaddon. He had Chosen, Rhinos, and I forget what else. But he basically just started everybody on the table. So I kind of knew that I didn't have to block out my backfield or deny anything. So it was basically just run forward and kill as much shit as possible. Which is basically what we did. So we just kind of bullied him off the objectives with all the Accursed. Oh, we had Possessed too. So 10-man Possessed with Master Possession, which was really cool actually. So we just kind of bullied him off the objectives, kind of stayed away from everything, stayed out of line of sight. And then we won that pretty easily, I guess. It was a good game the first turn or 2, but then by turn 3, 4, 5, he didn't have enough speed to get into my deployment zone, get behind enemy lines, stuff like that. So tactical, if you're not deep striking coming from reserves, you're not really going to get that many points because you're not all over the place. So if you start everybody on the table, you probably want to go fixed because then you know what you're doing about deployment. But since you're playing tactical, you want to have people in reserves, deep strikes, all that stuff, so that way you can get more points all over the table. So that was probably his only mistake going into that, was not putting more people in reserves. Game 2, quickest game I ever played at 40k. Let's tell you what happened for Game 2. Game 2 was against a Black Templar player, I believe. He had a bunch of tanks, 2 dreadnoughts, 3 whirlwinds, and we get to play Dawn of War with Chosen Battleground. So Chosen Battleground is cool because you get to place your own objectives. You get to put one in your deployment zone, and then you put the rest in no man's land. But they all have to be more than 6 inches away or 9 inches away from another objective. And then I think that's the only requirements. They just have to be 9 inches away from another objective. It's either 9 or 6 inches from a table edge, 9 from another objective. So we win the roll off to place objectives. So I put my first one dead center, right at the edge of my deployment zone, on the inside of the deployment zone. The second one he put was somewhere over there. Second one I put diagonal to that, 9 inches, right outside my deployment zone. And then the third one I put was diagonal of that, right outside my deployment zone. So basically imagine my deployment zone. I had one in my deployment zone and then 2 9 inches apart on the outside of the deployment zone. So it's basically 3 right there. I only have to step 1 inch out of my deployment zone. Actually, I could be in my deployment zone and on the objective technically. So, and then my third one I put just dead center in the board. He's like, well, this fucking sucks. I was like, yeah, I mean, it's Chosen Battleground. If I get this side, it's an auto win. If I don't get the side, I'm just going to throw everything at you as soon as possible. So we roll off again. I get a 5. He gets 2. He goes, good game. I go, are you sure? He's like, yep. No way I'm gonna fucking win. I was like, all right, man, it's no problem. You want to reset? Let's reset. Let's play a fun game. I'll take the win, and then we'll just play a game. Just get a game out of the way, right? And he's like, nah, man. I played 7 games. I kind of just want to go have a big ass steak at steak joint. I was like, that makes so much sense. I agree. So he basically just packed up. He didn't have to unpack his everything. Everything was already on board. So he just picks up his stuff. We talk for a little bit, and then he heads out. So that was the quickest game 40k I've ever won, ever. So that was cool. Chosen Battleground, won the roll-off, won the game. So I basically sat around for 3 hours the next battle, and I watched Bouten versus World Eaters. The Bouten player, super chill guy. World Eaters, super chill guy. So it was a cool game to watch. They would both help each other out, having fun. But eventually the World Eaters player won by turn 5 with Angron fucking coming back, making a 9-inch charge, taking over his home field objective, and killing somebody off the objective with tactical. So we got a shit ton of points turn 5. And then the other guy needed 11 points on turn 5 to win, but he could only max out 10 points because of what he drew. So he lost by 1 point. It was such a close game. So I knew I was going into World Eaters game 3, and I have a lot of practice with Nolan, who is a really good World Eaters player in our meta. So I kind of played them, and Mike plays them a ton, so we kind of know what the fuck to look out for with World Eaters. And he's basically running Vanilla's list, which everybody has seen fucking 1,000 times. He's got the World Crusher dude, the 10 Berserkers with Karn, 5 Berserkers with Master of Execution, 2 Rhinos, obviously Angron, the Berserker dude, these guys, the other dude, 6-man of the other guys, so 3-man, 6-man, and then the Jackals. So again, basic World Eaters list. I think it got nerfed a little bit, so this is definitely going to be changing. And we played, I don't have the map, but it was basically slanted. I had turn 1 again. So I was able to put all the Nurglings on the line, so he can't scout move. He can only scout sideways in his deployment zone. Seekers scooch up, block out his 1 Rhino. We blow up 1 Rhino with the Forge Fiend, get those guys out. He then moves up his guys. I reserve my other Forge Fiend, walk on, shoot the 10-man brick of Berserkers with Karn, kill all of them. And then Abaddon, I think all he has left after turn 3 is Angron, which he can't get to Abaddon because I blocked him out. He's got the 6-man, which died to another Forge Fiend. He's got the character in the back, which then died to a Forge Fiend. He's got the Jackals, which died to Sile from Flamers and Charging. And the 5 Berserkers that got out of the Rhino with the Master of Execution, 5 Berserkers died to the Accursed Cultists. So all he left was Angron, a Rhino, and 2 Jackals. And I think that was it. So we basically almost tabled him by turn 3. Again, just because all the shooting and knowing what to do and blocking him out and getting him stopping charges, all that shit. So World Eaters are super aggressive, super fun to play, super hard to play against. But if you know the army, huge advantage. Huge advantage. If you go into them for the first time, it's very hard because they're so quick and they scout move and they hit really fucking hard. Really hard. But once you play them, you then learn from your mistakes and learn what to stay away from and learn what to kill first. So yeah, you'll definitely do good the next time you play. And we won the bracket. We won $100. We actually got a fucking brand new mat, which I can't wait to get. We got spray paint, paints, primer, brush, and like something else. We got a bunch of like small stuff, and then we got the mat. Then it was free shipping because we had over $100, but it was $100.01. That's what it came out to be. So since I was over $100, I got free shipping, and then I used my $100 store credit, so I actually only paid a penny, $25 technically, $25.01 for the mat, brand new mat, and a bunch of paints, primer, and glue, and the spray bottle to dry the glue. So it was really cool. It was good. It was a good trade-off. I wish I fucking placed top 16 at LVO, but lost to Eldar. He had the big-ass Terminator, which me and Mike, obviously, we had to get a picture on the last day. I didn't bring my cat cuddle buddy jersey. We need fucking jerseys, guy. Dirtbag Nations, we need jerseys. But this is the center thing. Matt Laura won it, so congrats, Matt. Awesome dude, really cool guy to play against. Vanguard Tactics, we played him at the last GT, where he won $2,500. I won $1,000. First time ever. UGC, go check him out. Super cool guys over in Delaware. But could have beat him. I actually could have beat Matt Laura. He ran his Necrons last time. That was the first time he was running it, and then he ran it for LVO and just fucking murdered, crushed. So congrats, Matt. That was top 9. We placed 35th out of 909 players this year. A fucking opponent game percentage 63.8 is really good. That's the opponent's win percentage. So your opponents won 63% of the time, which is insane. So that means you didn't play like easy players. You played really good players. So that shows like we got ranked high with 5-1 win because we played really good players. So it's based off of wins, losses, and then win percentage. So everybody with 5-1 win, then win percentage pushed you up the rankings. So top 16 was already there, and then everybody below 17 and more was based off of that record. So we got placed 35th out of 909. Right there. Then we had World Eaters, Orcs, Leagues, Death Guard, fucking love it. Chaos, Thousand Suns, Orcs, T-Suns, Imperial Knights, Inari, Necrons, Dark Angels, Goths, Space Wolves, World Eaters, Iron Warriors, Chaos Space for a lot of Chaos. And then top 16. Riley, let's go. So Riley came up to me. We got to speak. He ran top 16 Grey Knights at LVO. Top 16 LVO Grey Knight player. Now, he just started playing the game this year, and he got top 16 with Grey Knights. Just to show you, Grey Knights are going to be super scary. Not scary, now scary. But holy shit, congratulations. Getting top 16 with Grey Knights in your first major GT. So congrats, Riley. It was fucking awesome. He had 2 Dread Knights in the list before Dread Knights were cool. Grandmasters. He had Drago, Terminators, 3 Libbies, I believe. Termies. So 3 Libbies, Termies, Dragos, Termies, 2 Grandmaster Dread Knights. I think the Assassin. No, and that was it. He Purifiers, Crow. Purifiers, Crow. Terminators, Drago, 3 Libbies, 2 Grandmasters, and he fucking plays top 16. So congrats. 50% win ratio. I think that was just because it resets when you get to top 16, and then he lost to Chaos Space Marine players round 1. So then we got Sororitas. So all these guys lost their first round day 1, because then it goes to top 8 after the shadow round, and then this was the final thing. So Matt Lohr taking it away. Then we got Eldari number 2, Sam with High Fleet, Eldari number 4. That was the guy I lost to, by the way. Sweet Lou number 5, Leagues of Votan. Richard Militarum number 6, Ben Black Templars, 8 Charlie Andre Chaos Space Marines, and then 9 with Marshall with Necrons. So look at that fucking spread, guys. Like Necrons, Eldar, Nids, Eldar, and Eldar still broken. Votan, Militarum, Black Templar, Chaos Space Marine, Necrons. So we have 2 Necrons, 2 Eldari, 1 Chaos. Like, that's a good fucking spread. And this is where we placed at the end of the year for 2023. We got ranked number 2 Chaos Space Marine player in the world because of what these guys were playing. So Manny Chima only had 2 Chaos Space Marine wins. So those 2 didn't equate to what we had. We had all Chaos Space Marine players. Like, our top 4 of 4 was Chaos Space Marine. He had World Eaters, Chaos Space Marine, and something else. So he had 2 World Eaters, 2 Chaos Space Marines. So 2 of these were World Eater wins, 2 of them were Chaos Space Marine player wins. Anthony Villa, all World Eater wins. So Arthur 2 was the guy that beat me. He actually was at LVO. He placed 45th. I placed 35th. So we got him. But he actually beat me out throughout the entire year for Chaos Space Marine. So congrats, Arthur. You got number 1. If you want to chat, hit me up on Discord. But he placed number 1 Chaos Space Marine player in the world, ITC ranking. We got placed number 2 straight Chaos Space Marine player in the world this year for 2023. So super fun run. Manny, really good player. If he would have played Chaos all year, he probably obviously would have been number 1. Then Anthony Velo was all World Eaters. But he was number 1 World Eaters player in the world. So congrats, Vanilla. Yeah, so that was cool. That was it. We had a great time, and again, thanks for all the guys. It was cool because this year we had a ton more people come up to me and just say, yo man, love the channel, I just wanted to come say hi. It was nice meeting you. A lot of people heard me from my voice, which was weird. So I guess they just like listen to it when they're painting or whatever, and they just like know my voice. But a lot of people heard my voice, like, Dirtbag? I was like, yeah, what's up, man? So we gave away a lot of dice this year. I said if you come up and you say you're a Dirtbag, then I gave you a limited edition Ivory Dirtbag dice. So we're going to do it again every GT that we go to. A lot is coming up, guys, for 2024. I'm super stoked on what we can do with the Dirtbag Nation for 2024. Patreon is popping. You have your own Patreon Discord page that only you get to comment. All the Patreons get to comment. So a lot of my comments and questions and ideas and all that stuff is only on the Patreon Discord tab. I do kind of check out some of the other tabs, but most of the time it's the Patreon tab because we've grown so big. There's over 900 players in fucking Discord now, and 120 of you are on the Patreon tab. But we have over 200, I believe, almost 200 patrons, paid patrons, of at least $1 a month. So we are getting up there really quickly. We have a lot of grandmasters. You guys, if you guys are patrons, make sure you're asking me specific videos you want to see. That's kind of the whole point of being a grandmaster patron. So you guys get that full benefit of getting specific videos you guys want to see, or battle reports, and TTS. Always up and running. If you guys want to get a quick 1-2 turn TTS game started, I can see how you deploy, go over tactics, stuff like that. And then competitive Dirtbags, you guys, again, never bad questions, never a bad question. Always ask questions anytime, always ask. We go over the tips, tactics, anything you guys want to talk about. That's the competitive. We're trying to get you better at the game. When I started, any game I play, I always want to go up to the top players and just ask them questions. To have that in your back corner, like in your corner, anytime you play a game, to have one of the top, I'm not going to say I'm one of the top players in the world. I ranked 51 in the world this year. So I guess top 51. But to have that in your corner, guys, that is like a chill dude, down to earth, likes to drink beers, can coach you how to get better at 10th edition, that to me is worth fucking $10 a month. Like, that is here. Like, whatever knowledge I have, I can give to you. Me, Mike, Matt, Brian, any of the fucking cuddle buddies, like, all these guys are here to coach you to get better at your craft, which is one of the coolest games to play in the world. We're here for you. $10 a month, support the channel, grow the channel, and you get a lot to it. Grandmasters specifically, hey, I want to see this army against this army. I want to see this army on the tabletop. I want to see tactics for this army. I want to see this tactic work on the tabletop. I want to see this specifically. That's what I do for my Grandmasters. And my Grandmasters, there's a lot of Grandmasters that are just supporting me on the channel, which, guys, I really appreciate it so much. They're just here to just hang out and just be, yo, fucking, I'm a Grandmaster supporting the Dirtbag Nation. You're awesome, guys. You're really awesome. We're close. We're at about, I actually just got an update today. We are $220 away from getting the next giveaway. The last giveaway was awesome. We hit, I think it was like 5,000 subscribers. It wasn't 5,000. It was like 3,000 subscribers. We hit Patreon. I think we hit like, I forget how much it was. It was a set amount. We hit it. We gave away way over that price with stuff. I still have a lot to give away. So it's basically models that we have, like good models that you can use in the competitive scene. And it's a huge giveaway. Anybody on a Patreon is able to apply and join it. We do a little wheel. Grandmasters get, it's $based everything. So Grandmasters get 5 spins. Competitors get 2 spins. Just Guards get 1 spin. And then we have a separate spin for the $1 a month, which win like dice, stickers, stuff like that. But you guys get a specific amount of names on the wheel based off of the Patreon. So $25 a month, get 5. $10 a month, get 2. $5 a month, get 1. And then the dollars can win dice and stickers that we have for sale up on merch on Discord. So a lot of shit's coming up in 2024. Just can't wait to share with you guys. This is just super fun. I love doing it. We're moving. So we actually just signed on a house next week. So we're going to be moving to a new location, getting up a new studio. It's not going to be in the garage anymore. It's going to be in a actual room. And then we're going to build a shed and make a awesome studio out back in the shed. Electric, heat, cool fridge, beers, all that shit. That's going to be set up. So that's going to be 2024. So again, can't thank you enough. Hopefully see you guys at the next GT. I think ACO, Nova, 2 big ones this year. And let me know what you want to see next. So a lot of stuff coming up. Appreciate it. Good luck, guys. And we'll see you in another video soon. What's up, gents? 40K Dirtbags here. If you guys are thinking about joining the Patreon page, we're going to go over each tier and how it's going to benefit you and what you're looking for specifically to get out of 40K in 10th edition coming up. There's a lot of stuff to go over. There's a lot of tactical videos up on the channel, which is for free. There's going to be a bunch of perks that you get specifically for being a part of the Dirtbag Nation Patreon page. So first off, we have the first tier, which is $1 a month. You guys get first access to the videos over at patreon.com. You also get access to the Discord, which is specifically a private link in the Discord that only Patreon members can see. So you guys will have first access to that. Also a benefit is Patreons over the Dirtbag Nation get live streamed games on patreon.com streamed from YouTube, but this only links specifically for the patreons.com. So not only do you get first access to these videos, you also get to see live stream games specifically only on patreon.com. The next tier is the Justicar. You guys get a shout out on every single video on YouTube. You also get to support us a little bit more. You get first dibs at voting on Discord, as well as you just kind of say, hey, I just want to be a Justicar dirtbag and support you guys a little bit more than that $1 a month tier. But you get all the same access as well as the different color over on the Discord. So the third tier is the competitive dirtbag. This tier, you get a lot more one-on-one coaching. This is a lot of the dirtbags over on the Dirtbag Nation. They are able to send out messages one-on-one, go over list ideas, tactics, anything you guys want to talk about. When I was getting into 40K, or really any game in general, I always wanted to message the top players in the meta and just ask them questions. This $10 a month tier gets you that opportunity to message us one-on-one on Discord, so that way we can actually coach you, give you our insights, suggestions, and that's going to get you better at the 40K 10th edition as a whole. So that tier alone, just $10 a month to have one-on-one coaching, one-on-one messages anytime throughout the month, that's going to be a perfect tier for you guys. Even if you're brand new to the game, we go over 1,000-point list, 1,500-point list, 2,000-point brand new starting list, team list, anything you guys need. That's what the competitive dirtbag tier is for. Also, you get a little bit red number name tag on Discord, so people know that you're really serious about getting into the competitive scene. The Grandmaster Dirtbags. This is the all-in-all $25 a month tier. You get one-on-one coaching, everything we said prior to this, but you guys get to see me, Mike, any of the other dirtbags play your specific list that you want to see tested out live on one of our battle reports. You guys get to mention, suggest videos you guys want to see coming up on patreon.com. So you guys get the above first tier benefit of everything that we do over at Dirtbag Nation. All the support mainly comes from you guys supporting us over here at Dirtbag Nation. And Grandmasters, I can't thank you enough, but for $25 a month, you get one-on-one coaching and anything you want to see live on the tabletop. So you get to see a professional play right in front of you. You guys get to kind of like see it one-on-one, and I'm actually making this specifically for you. There's also TTS events that you guys can suggest. If you guys want to do a first 1 or 2 turn run through on TTS, we can actually log in and coach you one-on-one with that. If you guys see us at any GTs, you guys get special benefits, free dice, stuff like that. Anytime you purchase a merch thing on Discord, you guys get a free limited edition dirtbag dice sent to you with every single purchase on top of that. So there's a lot of benefits coming up with the Grandmaster Dirtbag. You guys, I can't thank you enough for supporting us. Definitely let me know which tier would be best for you if you go over to patreon.com and specifically go to a tier. And make sure you don't forget to message me up on Discord. That's where we check every single day. If you guys are really into getting into 10th edition 40K, head over to Patreon, join the competitive dirtbag or the Grandmaster. Message me as many times as you possibly want, and I'll coach you the best I possibly can on any specific army that you guys play. Mainly our armies right now, currently, going into 2024, is going to be Chaos Space Marines, Grey Knights, Death Guard, and then we have Custodes, Sisters, and I think that's it going into the wings of 2024. But again, any other army that you guys play, we have other coaches lined up for the Dirtbags that are ready to take on that role of the competitive Dirtbag page. So guys, really appreciate it. Thanks for clicking on the video. Thanks for joining the Dirtbag Nation if you guys are already part of us. And we'll see you in another video soon.